our first round of this show is going to be the basics according to Bobby.
I love that.
What are you going to share with everybody?
Okay. Well, you know what? When you asked me to show a few basics, I wanted to do a couple of things that sort of lead into each other, so they actually kind of all work in unison.
So they tell a story.
Exactly. So we're going to start with steak, and I think we're going to start with we'll start with seasoning. I think for the most part, and I'm sure this doesn't speak for everyone, and this is definitely a general statement, but I think for the most part, the home cook seasons a little more timid than the professional chef.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Under seasons and rarely taste.
And I see people shaking their heads all the time. And like when I season something with salt and pepper, I mean, first of all, now you have to take a look. You have to give some credit to the steak because it's really thick and dense. So you have to take that into consideration. You wouldn't season the same way if it was half the thickness, right? But you know, I use kosher salt and
Me too.
cracked
Makes a
white
nice
pepper.
crust. Yep.
Exactly. And so here's the way I would season the steak. I know it looks like a lot of salt.
No, you really do.
But
you need this.
Right, exactly. But that's exactly my point. If you don't season this steak well, you're not going to really get that wonderful flavor that steak is really there to offer. So, and don't forget, it's very dense, so it's not really a lot when it comes to the ratio.
It gets distributed once you slice it and eat it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then you have to do it on both sides, okay? And the great thing about seasoning with salt and pepper is not only does it bring lots of flavor, you were saying it also helps to form a crust at the same time.
Yep.
So it's a sort of a dual thing. Now, if you want to go one step further, your favorite spice rub, I love that idea because it becomes part of the steak and the flavor as well. Okay, so that's tip number one. Season about 50% more than you would season normally if you're sort of a timid seasoner.
Tip.
Now, we're going to let these
Oil
cook.
and hot cast iron skillet. Talk about cast iron skillet for me for 1 second.
I love cast iron because it really holds
favorite.
the heat. And cast iron, if you take care of a cast iron pan, it will literally last for generations.
It'll outlast you.
I mean, people hand down their cast iron pans, but you need to take care of them very well. Make sure you dry them out completely so that they don't rust.
So they don't rust.
Exactly. And just take good care of them. So now, if you notice, I haven't done anything except put the steaks in the pan. I'm walking away from the pan. I'm not here to flip and turn and flip and turn. That's when you get gray steaks. We want nice and crusty brown steaks, and the only way that's going to happen is if I leave it alone and let the pan do its job.
And torn meats too, right? If you were cooking chicken or something especially, if you force it, that's when you get the rips and some of it sticks to the pan and all.
Exactly, no.
Or the pan's not hot enough.
Yeah.
Very important the pan preheats.
If you need to see a little, and again, this is a home cook thing. You need to see that smoke starting to bellow from the pan.
It's supposed to smoke and ripple.
Yes, you will have a little brown spot on top of your ceiling.
Get over it.
But that's a good sign of a good cook.